We keep finding these exoplanets. We've found hundreds of them now. But once we find a planet, then what do we do? Hey everybody, Trace here with your weekly DNews Space Update. The first exoplanet was discovered in 1992, and since then we have confirmed 1,800 more. But discerning anything about these planets can be pretty difficult because, they're kind of far away. To simplify the discovery of these exoplanets, NASA launched a planet hunting telescope named after the famous 17th century astronomer Johannes Kepler. This week, scientists at NASA announced Kepler's namesake, in spite of being broken, discovered 715 new planets. To date, they've found indications of over 3,500 planets, but what do we actually know about these alien worlds? Well, we actually don't know that much. It's really difficult to find the planets orbiting faraway stars, and we've never actually seen one up close. The farthest camera from our sun is on Voyager 1, and it has barely passed out of the solar system. What we can usually determine is the number of planets orbiting a star, the masses of those planets, and their relative sizes. The research depends on excellent observation and timing paired with state-of-the-art equipment. Armed with all of these, researchers at Caltech discovered water on a planet 51 light-years from Earth. It's called Tau Boötis b. Though scientists have found water vapor on planets before, the method these researchers used is new. Tau Boötis b is what's called a hot Jupiter because it's close to its sun and about the size of our Jupiter. Prior to this new method, we had to be watching at the moment one of these gas giants passed in front of its star or transited in order to perceive evidence of water. If we missed it or if we were at the wrong angle, not really gonna happen. But now, astronomers at the Keck Observatory in Hawaii are using the near-infrared Echelle spectrograph to determine the glow of a planet's atmosphere and discern the light wavelengths emitted by different molecules. In other words, they can now look at a planet's glow to determine if it has water. Spectrographs are used by chemists. You've probably seen them on CSI and other forensic shows. They use things learned in the 20th century chemistry world to analyze the chemical fingerprint of molecules. For example, atoms of oxygen or sodium or carbon absorb or reflect specific wavelengths of light, so every single molecule has its own fingerprint of colors and hues. And by using infrared, this spectrograph reveals even more information. Using this new technique, astronomers can determine which elements are in the atmosphere of a planet light years away just by pointing their telescope at it. That's crazy. I mean, this equipment is pretty standard science fare, so the equipment itself isn't something to get excited about. But for astronomers looking at exoplanets, this is pretty new and cool. Using this new method, we can point telescopes at planets all over the visible universe and determine what kind of planet that is. If we point at those in green zones or a human habitable planet zone and find water, nitrogen, and oxygen in their atmosphere, we might be able to make a map of planets that are likely to support Earth-like life. Whoa. Astronomy is a fantastic old school science. I looked through a telescope for the first time when I was a kid, and it was breathtaking. Have you ever tried it? Tell us below in the comments, and thanks a lot for watching. We will see you next week for another Space Friday.